Moving on to Ziga Vertov's Man with a Movie Camera, 1929. Silent, made as part of his Kino Pravda, cinematic truth movement. 68 minutes, morning to night, one camera filming another camera filming the city, and the act of filmmaking as much a part of the film itself as what they're photographing. So, if the first film showed us images of India and the Indian peasant in the mid-50s, here we're looking at Odessa and various other cities in the 1920s. Of course, we saw the semi-Hollywood version of a Russian film with the music by Michael Nyman, who collaborated a lot with Peter Greenaway and the music for Jane Campion's film The Piano. And I wonder, I mean, most of us who have seen this film earlier have seen it in its completely silent version. But I wonder what the music would have been like, when it was screened with the live music performed. So yeah, these were the thoughts going on in my head, and yeah, just so much about rhythm, where the music and the editing of the film sometimes go against each other, and then it was interesting for me that the bits that were rapidly edited sometimes had the slowest music, and it made you notice the edit more, and how a mechanical object in an industrialized society is intercut with the motion of the motion picture camera. And it's a question that many of us were asked in film school: what is the similarity between a sewing machine and a camera? It's the same mechanism, So it's drawing all these very, very literal parallels, and of course what amazes me is that no visual trick is too cheap for him. All the crazy superimpositions, the reverse motion shots, the split screens that make absolutely no sense, and but it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing what he does with the film. He just pulls out all stops and there you are. The film has the energy of a young person and a team that works very well together. Him, his cameraman who was friend, the editor who later went on to become his wife. So, there you are. There's another film in NFAI called 3 Songs by Lenin, also by Ziga Vertov, made 5 years later. And I would imagine that it's a talkie film. It's with 3 songs about Lenin. So I don't know anything about it. Maybe we'll schedule it at some point. Also, again, interesting for me is that what Ziga Vertov does here completely unabashedly and shamelessly, Kieslowski does 50 years later in 1979 with a great deal of angst and camera buff. Just that joy of image making that he has here, the character in camera buff is really suffering. But he still continues to make images. It's something I just, I made the connections just now. Just before we leave, just a quick poll. We just wanted to ask, how does this 4 o'clock slot in an afternoon work for most of you? Or any thoughts at all as to what might be a better slot? Because we've completed a few months of this program, just some thoughts going. We just need some inputs on that. So either let us know, email us, or whatever, and we can. It's something we need to know. Next week we have a program which has a film by a friend of ours, Ajay Narona, filmmaker, A Picture of You, which is about him trying to construct an image of his father, whom he lost when he was really young, accompanied by Alain René's Night and Fog. Again, a film about memory, remembering, forgetting, rewriting history, and so on, along with a newsreel from Films Division. So the schedule will be up soon, and look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks a lot, and see you next week.